And welcome back, everybody. A shorter break than yesterday, and we're going back to familiar territory. We are going to be covering another game of Bagel, so we're going to have to see if these teams can adapt to the new game mode, the new mindset, and figure out how to play properly. We covered Witness Gaming Jr. yesterday, and they absolutely stomped their competition. It was very dominant showing from them. A quick 5-0 on Metalworks. Actually, I wouldn't say quick. It was about 20 minutes, but it was a 5-0 on Metalworks nonetheless. And we're going to be seeing some good gameplay from them. I do imagine, just because they are coached by Witness himself.
Yep, Bagel Joyers, rejoice. We are back at it again. I want to say, after meeting Witness in person, the stunning ability casting together quarterfinals at the 2023 resub LAN was quite the experience. And, he has a lot to say about the game, especially leading a team or creating a team that has beat Froyo, technically. So I say that this team is going to be should be much be feared against the rest of the contemporaries. But Donk Daddies, I'm assuming is a bunch of buff, muscular men behind the computers who enjoy the donk too much. That's my hypothesis. I could be proven wrong. I'm a visual learner, so if you want to send pics to confirm that theory, anybody from Donk Daddy's roster, my Discord is more immense. But regardless, I'm being told that a bunch of the Donk Daddies personnel are a bunch of chuds. So I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet that they might have something against their sleeve against Ian himself and his own entourage of players. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You never know.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out, but we don't want to keep these teams waiting for too long. So just as a refresher, going over the Witness Gaming Junior roster for you here. Your scouts will be Grapes and The Man. Soldiers will be Meggies and Professor Carr. Your demo will be Mr. Person, and your med will be Juice.
Yeah, and going over the opposed to the other side here, the Donk Daddies roster. Edgar, known Chud, Pocket Scout. Wix, I think it's pronounced Wixby, Flank Scout. Moshi on the Roamer. Got Hoxton on the Pocket Soldier. Wizard. Demo is that as a bigger alias for a demo. And Shirty Safe on Medic to round things off. Who also keep a buy on the buy here. I think all of them are. This is like the only team I've seen so far in the Newbie Cup that is tagged up for the other tuning. All of them get the Donk clan tag pros by their aliases, which is very nice. Now, you don't see a lot of that nowadays, to be honest with you. Something held
That's
back.
True.
Yeah. Not all the teams are willing to go with the clan tag in the name, but TF2 is old, so who knows.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, yeah, like you said, Bagel. I want to say it's not going to be a more fortuitous game like we saw last game. I think in this game we're definitely going to see a lot more combinations of both forward holding, but also I think there's going to be a little bit more combatants on the point. A lot of that face-to-face aggression, both teams just playing around that edge, no cap. I was going to go into a freestyle there, but I kind of ran out of words to say that rhymes with cap. Sap. Again, that sap. Take laps. Donkey 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull.
Spit your truth. Spit your truth. Spit your truth. That's what I'm saying. Spit your truth.
Trying to pull ESP out of here.
Well, we do have Witness Gaming Jr. and Donk Daddies fighting each other on Bagel. I do believe this is going to be a Donk map pick. Witness Gaming Jr. banned Process of all maps, interestingly enough, which I don't see why they would need to ban any map. Witness Gaming Jr. did 5-0 on their day one. They did play Rats Are Us in their process, so maybe they're thinking, we played some weaker teams in the roster. Maybe we should, take out a map that, maybe we're just not feeling as confident as we should be on, or maybe it's just, they had to ban a map, so they picked a map to ban, maybe it's just completely up in the air. But I guess we'll have to find out. The teams have been given the go-ahead, so we're just kind of waiting on them at this point to hit the Ruppingtons and get this show on the road. The performance I saw put up by Witness Gaming Jr. the other day was just absolutely incredible. Their soldiers were putting in crazy work. I mean, they were just in sync with one another, constantly fading, constantly going in deep, no fear, and the no fear extends to the rest of Witness Gaming themselves, as they really kind of just threw themselves in to a lot of situations, and they didn't really care about what the situation they were throwing themselves into was. Obviously, they had caution and they picked the situations they threw themselves into, but when they threw themselves in, they fully committed, and I think that's what sets them apart from a lot of new teams in this cup, because a lot of them, as we've seen, they're kind of timid, they're a little skittish, and they're afraid to commit to something if they're not certain. Whereas Witness Gaming Jr., they've kind of just been going in deep, regardless of whether they're certain or not, and that's really, really setting them apart from other teams.
I mean, what do you expect from the man himself? I mean, the man has fostered a roster that did win an invite, went to LAN, and did very well against Froyo themselves. And it's no surprise to me that Witness has fostered another team in yet a different bracket, but still falters to similar results. Speaking of the man himself and those events that have caused a lot of great competitive edge and high-level TF2 in the past couple of years, the Denver Fireside LAN is coming up less than a month away, where Witness Gaming EU and AU are to be participating in. I mean, the first time in several years that I think this first time in several years any team from both NA, EU, and AU were present. Now we just need South American and the Asia Fortress teams could participate, but that won't happen until a very long time from now. But we can only dream. Still, very impressive. This long way. It's on the May 24th to 26th. Check that out. Buy your spectator passes. I won't be there. I'll be twiddling on the TF2 threads in my apartment that I just moved back into. So I don't have the funds, but actually, I think are you gonna be there?
I will be there. I'll be one of the commentators, one of the many commentators we have lined up for the event. You got TC Mono, Rumpus. I believe we have Delta Market as well. So we've got a goated roster of casters ready to just put on a show at Denver. So again, that's from the 24th to the 26th. Passes are live. They're also sold at the door, but I don't think you'd want to risk your chances of not being able to get in if the place reaches capacity. You might want to purchase early, just in case, because if you get there and it's at capacity, they're not going to give you the ticket. They're not going to let you buy. You gotta get in quick and make sure your spot is secured for however many days you want to watch. Ideally, you'd be there for all 3 of them, because all 3 days are going to be jam-packed full of good gameplay from all of the teams around, and there's good lodging in the area as well, some pretty good hotels. So really, really opportune place to be having the LAN, and I really wish we could have a team from Asia pulling up.
Oh yeah,
maybe next LAN.
Witness Gaming Asia, make it happen. But I mean, this is gonna be quite an event here. I think Fireside of course will be hosting that. I think this could be is there gonna be second stream? I think it's gonna be second stream, right?
I don't think there will be a B stream, because that's a lot of coordination, a lot of work. I think it'll just be the one stream. I could be wrong. That would probably be a question for someone in Fireside for you to ask. But I don't know if there'll be a B stream or not. I'm assuming there won't. But we do have one team rupping. Apparently the medics were out and about doing some shenanigans, getting a little crazy off in Narnia or wherever they got sent to. So one has returned, the med for Donk, but we are still waiting for the medic on Witness Gaming Jr. to return from the Shadow Realm that they've evidently been sent to. So once they free themselves from the void, we can get this show on the road.
Yeah. And a little bit of the connection issues. I still want to go about the land because this is. I just want to just emphasize how important this is. Like, but we can talk about that later, really. But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Well, especially now that as soon as you mention wanting to talk about the land more, Juice returns, the med for Witness Gaming Jr. And now we had Shirty trying to, I guess, retry. There was some complaints about the connection of the server a little bit earlier. There was someone saying, can we get a different host or something? And I noticed a little bit of stutter and everything as well, but we should be going live soon as Witness is now erupt.
I just want to point out, you might see this on stream, you might not. Juice has a very interesting loadout. I don't know who that is. Have you seen this man? I have not.
This is like the...
you know the... Show it off stream,
oh, Mr. Person's up on the roof! Oh no, not a great start to the rollout. But Juice's loadout is like, you know the, like, I guess creepypasta it would be. It's like Ever Dream This Man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Anyway,
exactly.
Going into this, Negi's going in for a very deep bomb with the help of Grapes, and the man going to be able to clean up Wizard, Edgar, Wes, and Shirty, all going to be going down here. Man and Car finally dying. Hoxton and Moshi going to be able to find it. Moshi also going to be able to clean up Grapes here, so even players, at least for the time being, even players that are up. Does look like Mr. Person and the Beam, this is Juice here, going to be able to get themselves set up to an extent, maybe get a trap set up somewhere, but they're gonna have to pull back as now Donk is looking to come in. Holy bomb from Wizard, what in the world?
Wait, oh
they get
my
the
gosh.
man, they get Juice!
There's so many air shots going on so screen, I don't know what's happening here. But yeah, but Shirty Cafe, trying to run away from the point, able to live. And the rest of Donk were able to clean up and keep the medic alive. That's gonna be huge for the Donk Daddies. As I'm sorry, but as they are going to come up with huge 50 ed, that's going to be actually massive. Might be, looks like actually, oh no, Witness Gaming Jr. coming in from lower, trying to get that taper. It's going to be Professor Carr going for that fade, and seeing yet another Kaban going on soon. Donk Daddies here, coming up with Uber first, could be a game changer. Might be Witness Gaming going for that for George Foreman that we've all talked about so much before.
Yeah, the George Foreman is an integral part of Cough, but with two players already being dead on the side of Donk, they don't really have to work too hard to get that force. They don't really even need to send in a four-man. One guy can do the job, and that's exactly what happened as Shirty uses that Uber and gets absolutely nothing for it, which puts Juice in a very good position, puts Witness in a very good position in general. It looks like a big pinch coming in between Professor Carr and Grapes here, but they're only going to be able to get Shirty, which I guess is really what they're looking for. Probably not the most necessary pick to have right there, but it's a good pick to have nonetheless.
Yep, time is even. Full ad for Witness Gaming Jr. They're not going for forward hold here. They're able to recognize they're not able to get it fast enough. Down a couple players. Donk Guy is taking that space, full force ahead. I want to see some forward aggression. Wizard going for the bomb, actually. Wow.
Oof. Yeah, good deny from Professor Carr there, taking down Wizard. It looks like this is going to be their four-man on the side of Donk, and it is not successful. Juice still sitting at 150 HP. I don't even know if they got hurt at all during that four-man. I think they got out of that without so much as a scrape or a scratch on their body. But in stark contrast to match prior, I think Donk Daddies is looking to at least try and take it right. Oh well, never mind. They had a scout posted up on the window, but it looks like they want to take this out through concrete, which I don't think is a very good idea here. Your med has to peek out very deep. The force does come out, but now your beam is in a very precarious position. It seems like Shirty is going to be able to get out here and will survive, at least for the time being. The man tried to go deep and almost caught him if he was just a little bit quicker, but Oshi it's in, gets Mr. Person. It's not a bad pick to have if you can get the demo down, but with time disad as well, you have to really start considering your next move, and you have to move quickly as well.
Yeah, I think definitely looks like Donk is going to take this off the rip here. Then one less demo means one less sticky trap to worry about. Taking that size full force. Be careful. Man is behind. Gain the force.
Ooh,
but the should have me. Oh, they milked though. That's a huge milker from Shirty Shaft right there. They will Donk taking the point here. Mr. Person, a little bit of hot water, has to leave. Oh, it gets close. Edgar Oh, gets the kick.
Oh.
Might get juice as well. Oh, actually, no.
Nah.
Because I was back. But still, good pick as well. A lot of time to play.
Wait a minute, the man coming in
The
isn't
myth.
quite able to find anyone, though.
Not quite the legend just yet, but I want to say he's quite mythical. But yeah, even Uber's here.
Is he the man? Will
Is
he be the one to take down Shirty when it is necessary? We'll find out. I mean, we saw the man go crazy in yesterday's coverage where he kind of just waddled in and killed whoever was in front of him against the teams he was playing, so maybe he'll be able to do that again this time around. But Professor Carr jumps in from lower, not quite able to find anything. A little bit of spam between Meggies, and I believe this is Moshi on concrete. The man waddles forward, tries to use that same energy as yesterday, does get taken down. Big bomb coming in from Meggies, though. Nice downward direct onto Shirty, gets the Uber out, and now the counter from Witness Gaming Jr. significantly better. They're going to be taking grapes in through right house. Gets disconnected from the Uber momentarily, but it doesn't matter. West will go down. Professor Carr jumps in, gets taken down. Meggies in with the rebound. Takes down Hoxton. Following up on that good damage will probably crater. Grapes can be able to take down Wizard. Edgar finding Meggies as well. The fight will be over relatively soon. Good pipe from Mr. Person as they find Shirty here, and now Juice has the opportunity to build out this Uber as long as they keep the man alive, and they're going to be able to. They're even going to be able to flip the cap. They get Wes as a late kill as well, so now they've got two separate spawn timers to watch and wait to push in on. This is very good for Witness Gaming Jr., especially given their time.
I want to say a lot of the fight here came down at Moshi, getting in the back line on the back, getting a lot of good damage. Yet again, making that space, forward aggression. But another thing you gotta consider is you have to be able to live. That none of the players from Donk Daddies on the Soldiers side taking too much damage, and that's going to result in another round for Witness Gaming Jr. They're playing these kites perfectly. Juice is able to live for a lot of these exchanges, and that is leading it up to a better post, which means Donk Daddies is in for some hot trouble if they don't figure out their positioning just quite a bit better. A little bit of tank needs to be happening here, but regardless, should be another close round here, Richie.
This is going to be very, very close set of rounds, I think. I don't think we're going to see a 4-0 blowout. It looks like Meggies and Carr are going in deep. Carr opts to land on the height, and they're shooting at different targets, unfortunately. So that double bomb is going to be very, very poor in terms of what is being output from it. Big bomb coming in from Oshi. Does get some good damage, but isn't going to be able to mop up any kills, and will probably be picked off by the scouts. Is going to crater on wood, not quite able to jump away into the pack in time. Bomb comes in from Hoxton. Not able to land, will have to back away from the point. And this is kind of the time where if you're on Donk, you lost the fight, just pull back, wait for Moshi to get there and regroup. But they're gonna opt to take the aggression in early, and they're paying the price for it. Wizard on 3 HP, Wes and Hoxton go down as well as they just push in a 5v6. They may have Uber, but it's not worth taking that fight. Just wait for your holy drop! Moshi goes in huge and gives Donk Daddies the buff they need. Takes down Juice. They're getting a huge drop. Will make it possible for Donk Daddies. 2 credits around. But Shirty goes down. The man. Legend. He is him. The prophecy is fulfilled. The man carrying that power over from yesterday just waddles forward and takes down Shirty.
Well, I want to say, I don't have time to talk about here. Witness Gaming, they're playing the Sodas very well, I want to say. A lot of double bombs here, making that space across, getting a lot of setup here for the man of the rest of the scouts of Witness Gaming Jr. However, Donk Daddy is playing a very dangerous game, playing it very risky, able to come out on top despite it all. If they just keep this up, pulling up the place after another, individual of them will be able to shine. The only difference here, can they coordinate better than Witness Gaming Jr. in terms of team play? Sure, so they have maybe take some great plays from one and off with each other, but can they play it off of each other? That is the difference there. But we're seeing another mid walking up through concrete, so much damage. It's so risky for Donk Daddies to stay in this concrete as Maggie hits the bomb, so much damage. I don't think I'm gonna
Moshi's in.
Oh!
Moshi
gets the job. Almost.
Yeah, very close, but
I think if Juice had Uber there, they definitely would have popped for sure.
Oh yeah.
But,
I think, they're actually on crits, so I don't know if popping really would have saved them.
Oh,
I guess milking there is really all they can do. It. You know, they're going to pop in here trying to get some kills. Meggies goes down very early. They have nothing to show for this crit. Juice goes down. The man goes down. It's 3 down for Witness Gaming. They slowly even the player count out, though, as it's only 1 down. Their health is very, very bad, though. All damage is pretty much permanent. Wes is going to go down here. Grape's going to be able to take that 1v1. Wizard dies as well, so now they can't really take a fight into Witness Gaming Jr. And with 58 seconds and counting remaining, Donk is... Donk, mainly Shirty, is going to be trying to rally his team and make them push forward with this Uber. My only hope is that they don't have Butterfingers and they get forced by Meggies.
Not bad here. Grapes playing very perfectly. I want to say that was some perfect gameplay earlier from Grapes. Just dipping back and forth between the choke points, getting those kills, securing the rest of the frags for his team. And I think from the cap going down, 30 seconds left, it's going to be a pause that's going to happen in the game here. As we're going to see some bicycle kicks coming out on the board from Professor Carr. Actually, no, he's still midair.
Hoxton is doing some bicycle kicks here
in
the air. Just on yard, but
and there it is.
The man floating gracefully. I don't know if you see this is excellent form right here though, with the troll face picture as well. Really rocking the pirate aesthetic with the top half of his cosmetic set, but the troll face photo goes very, very well with whatever he's got going on there.
While we're here, can we go to Juice's cosmetics here? I don't know if this shows up on the config. It might not. But I just want it does. Okay, I just got info. It does not. But okay, I want you guys to imagine this. He has a bunch of buttons. He has a sign too, and like a little tag. Imagine the nerdiest kid you've ever met from high school. The nerdiest white kid. He has glasses on. He brown hair, wearing a gray hoodie. He has lips look puckered in. Just imagine all the buttons and then the thing. Yeah,
he has like circle frames, but they're not really circles. They're only circles on like the bottom half. It's like an oval. It's like it's like oval, but like it's like egg shaped, but the egg is like upside down. I don't.
Imagine Dolphin if he had more hair. That's what the picture is. Like if Dolphin was like a teenager in high school. This is just Dolphin's
high school like yearbook photo in his like junior year.
Imagine.
Juice just has some like background information. I imagine this is just like Witness, just a really, really old photo of Witness or something.
No. Witness has he has blonde hair. He's beautiful. He has blue eyes. He's the Estonian Caucasian. This is like this is more of like Jewish, like European descent right here.
Of course.
Like, I've had these to the T. Right, playing this game for a while makes you very good at being racist. So, it's a nice photo. It's a nice cut. Look. Let me see. What else in the cosmetics? I see everybody's running the what's it called? The map hat. You get it from like a stamp in the Command Co store. Yeah, everybody's getting the hat.
It's the map stamp hat that you get for buying map stamps. Yeah, that's the team uniform. I think they had this yesterday as well. Wait a minute. Ball Gripper isn't here, so I haven't even had the inclination to ask, but we need to go around and check the drip.
Oh, yeah.
We have to see who has the best drip here. And I mean, for Witness Gaming Jr., we can ignore the hats, right? Unless it goes in with the theme.
Thing. I think it's just a pirate thing.
Well, if you look at Professor Carr, he's kind of rocking it. You see the shirt?
Oh, yeah.
He's got the little, like, neck puffy thingy. He's got the beard. He's got the collar that sticks out. He's got the pirate drip on point.
On stream, it looks like he's like sweeping with his original. Like if you're putting up, he's gotta sweep. It's like scanning the floor for ants. But yeah, the pirate theme Witness Gaming. What does I'm curious what does Donk Daddies have? They're more of a chill vibe. It's a standard.
Edgar's got like a decent loadout here. I do think the breakneck baggies kind of contrast with. I don't know what he's got on Edgar here though.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he at least they have the Christmas lights on their gun. You know, they've got the ADHD bait.
He looks like someone who is named Edgar. I'm gonna be honest. I imagine this is what Edgar looks like. Next to him, we got Shitty Safe, got Cozy. Oh, okay, winter theme. Okay,
the
not
pink
bad.
Beard is
Pink beard.
Oh,
the Pepto-Bismol beard. Oh, we're back. Oh,
he
I think
ran
we're back.
at me. He ran at me, jump scared me right there at the unpause. Well, scary though.
Good.
The man is pinching though. I don't think they know about the man.
Oh my.
He's behind Hoxton, looking to get in through concrete. Is through. What the world? He just walked past West. How does that happen? He doesn't get anything for it. But stickies are coming in from I believe this is Mr. Person trying to get some damage. Doesn't find anyone. Moshi bombs in, gets Meggy's. Big kill from Meggy though as they find Shirty.
You need to be careful with the turbo feed coming in from the rest of Donk Daddies here. They will lose creeps and the point, but I think it's fine maintaining that 30 ad here. They will actually the full ad now are coming touted right now as I see. They're still with the Donk Clarkson going to be going for the stagger. Motion from behind might be able to get the force. Does go so successfully, but oh, Shitty Saves might be caught in concrete. They don't play this safe. It might be close. The man going in once again. Retribution Act. He gets the kill. And that's going to be full ad once more for Witness Gaming Jr. looking to get another round in the books.
Yeah, Witness Gaming Jr. is looking to mop this one up quick. They don't want to have to sit here for too long. They're probably thinking, you know, it's East Coast. It's about 9 o'clock, so I can't imagine.
On a Saturday?
Yeah, it's, you know, they got, you know, food to eat probably if they haven't eaten before this. They're probably thirsty. Maybe one of them's got to go to the bathroom. You know, maybe they didn't have to go during the pause, but now they have to. Now,
regular crowd shuffles in.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's... I think Witness Gaming Jr. here, they're just looking to pack this one away. They packed away all of their previous games, and they're looking to take home the... They're looking to take home all their rounds in pretty much a sweep. They're looking to go 4-0, which I don't blame them. They're looking to just take home a 4 dub victory, you know, secure themselves a good spot in the playoffs. But with Juice being dead here, it's gonna be very difficult to do anything. As Witness Gaming Jr., they have to get in onto Shirty, who's all the way back in his own house right now.
Yeah, you know, that's one way to stay protected. But, you know, quite a huge bunker. I want to say so myself here. Have to weed out the rest of the Witness Gaming roster coming in.
Wait, huge bomb!
Oh, but the surf comes in!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. This I gotta take down. I gotta sit down. I'm already sitting down. I gotta stand up and then sit down because that was
you gotta stand up and then sit down again, yeah.
And sit down. That was a great surf coming out from Shitty Safe. They are definitely putting safe in the namesake.
Oh yeah. I do want to point out, I really like the immediate recognition from Juice to just pull up on crits. They realize that they're going to be at a very disadvantageous position, and they don't want to waste any time trying to get through and, you know, build out that Uber. So they're just going to pull up crits. It builds faster. They won't have to wait as long, and they're probably going to be able to catch Shirty off guard if they can pop around a corner and then have their demo charge a stick early. You know, they can get the easiest drop of their life right there. Looks like a huge bomb coming in from Hoxton. Going to be able to get some good damage, but gets picked off by Mr. Person shortly after they find Edgar as well. Juice surviving. I don't think they noticed that Juice is on crits here, and Shirty actually ends up using, and probably going to be losing Moshi on the point. Shirty dying as well. West dying now too. So I think the plan for Juice is maybe just take an aggressive crits Uber into their spawn or into house and kill whatever they can to, you know, pull down this time as much as they possibly can.
Dude, Mr. Person just pulling out the all-star amazing defense while Grapes really got that force. I'm expecting Card to take this crits and kill, like, everybody. Let's see it.
Oh,
that's
3. It's a triple.
That's
it's
4.
a quadra.
That's 5.
It's a... Oh, it's not quite a penta.
Wait, it could be. It could be. No,
no.
man takes the way.
The scouts robbing the soldier of the penta kill. Not quite able to find it, but...
Oh my lordy lord. And they're still holding a lobby. I'd be question what Card might be fall. Takes down by Edgar. It's gonna be
wait a minute. Edgar's getting pinched by the man. Ooh, gets away.
Oh, well, gets away. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge angle for Donk Daddies. Not a soldier. That's one less person to stun the choke. As I say that, Hawks just got
goes
caught.
In a little too deep. Moshi as well. Grapes with a 2K.
Oh, make it the
man.
Wizards. He tries to go for the counter aggression. Wizard immediately pipes back. I like both these teams going for this instant aggression off the Ubers. I mean, right now in certain situation, it's dry. Nobody has Ubers yet, so you are allowed to get a little risky. But I'm wondering that if it's worth it to win well, because time's still clocking down for Winners Gaming Jr. You know, they can trade all they want. They're still gonna have the point. At the end of the day, if you get to 0, you're gonna win that round. So Donk, Daddies, I think you're understanding that just now. All 5-man push through concrete. Kind of playing this mid, I think a little bit more conservatively, I want to say. Say that.
And Juice is up on stock now. Mr. Person hits a nice shot on Tomoshi, and NS dropped in the chat. Game recognizes game. Uber does get popped by Shirty. Juice does not yet have, so any situation they find themselves in is going to be an advantageous Uber. West and Hoxton being dead, going to make it very, very hard for Shirty to stay alive, or anyone on the point to stay alive for that matter. They use to get picks and prevent the cap from going any further, and they're only able to find one during that Uber. I believe they found Edgar, which isn't the most eventful pick to have, but it's a pick nonetheless. It adds a couple seconds to the time that Donk has to wait, and Ubers are pretty much exactly even right now. Star is way too deep and gets punished.
That's a lot of damage though from Donk. Daddies. Grapes from behind gets Hoxton. Oh, that's going to be huge just for the rest of the team here. Blizzard's going in, and it's taken out.
Juice is one rocket away to be sent to the Nether Realm here. I just want to make this clear. Soldier could jump in and take home a big sack. Wait a minute. It could be a kill from a scout. Edgar's in, but misses. The man. Wait a minute. Rockets. The spam. 24. No, Juice survives this. The beefage gets the man. At the very least, it's not a, it's not an all for nothing play, but they didn't get what they were looking for, and Witness Gaming Jr. makes the score match point.
You want to say that Donk, like, again, going for these plays could be great, but I feel like it's at the wrong time, because they're doing this at the most opportune times with their down players, or either down Uber, which is what you're going for in the first place, but that huge disconnect and stagger really does mean a lot, because that's going to be so much time wasted just waiting for the respawn. Not including the buff, not including walking back the point, not including the times it takes to fight either person. But fourth mid could be final. Maggie's huge bomb goes forward. A lot of the ends on Shirty safe.
Yeah, Shirty safe, does get away, finds a pack, will be able to maybe come back in. They do have Meggies and Professor Card. Now it's going to be Juice as well. Big play from Moshi, being able to find that pick. That gives Shirty full ad, and now it's up to any living players on whether they're going to go in or get out, and I think that's something that separates them. Wait a minute, Grapes is in. One meat shot, two meat shot, take down Shirty!
They didn't watch the house. Grapes is heading all the way back in red backdoor. Had they had house control, they would have known. But unfortunately, that's going to win this gaming going yet again. Another counter aggression. Cars so much damage to the board.
Oh my god!
Moshi dope. Moshi was always going to get close getting 3K themselves, actually.
I feel so bad for Moshi because they're just getting robbed. They get so much damage, but, like, it's just never enough.
Gosh. Listen. I think all this comes down to when this game just told his mentee team that, hit jump beef. Don't talk to me unless you already hit click to that map. And it's shown very apparently. I mean, I imagine Moshi is a little bit jumping. Hoxton, I can't not see the same. A lot of this comes down the counter aggression going back and forth. But it's just Winners Gaming taking the better trade here. Maybe not. Oh, Daddies up 2 versus 1 down. It's going to be so much spam damage first person. But they just don't give up. Winners Gaming is still playing like they got all 6, but
health is so bad for Donk here, though. They need to be careful. 2 players in red, 3 very low. Finally, they're getting healed up. They do win that fight with Witness, but if they even left 1 player alive, that one guy could have gotten a pick, maybe 2, could have got 3 with how weak so many players were. Thankfully for the the Donk fans, it didn't turn out like that, but I mean, it was really, really scary there, seeing their health drop that low. But they did win the fight with Witness there, so.
Donk Daddios rise up here. Donk's stocks are currently on the rise. We're seeing that full ad, Donk as well. Shirt safe, favorite plays safe and sound. MGK, 2005. I think it was 2005. I might be misremembering. But I think we're seeing a George Foreman actually come out from Winners Gaming here, actually.
Yeah, Juice is still on stock, so definitely going to be seeing a 4-man come out. Hoxton, Edgar, 2 going to fall in the domino chain. That is the hold from Shirty. The force does come out. It is a successful 4-man for Winners Gaming. But wait a minute. Juice is in on red concrete, eating a lot of spam. Gets out through red house. What is this wizardry?
Yo.
What in the world is this? 3 players players die on the point for Donk Daddies.
That was so smart. They shoved in off the chaos of George Foreman, shoved through Blue House on concrete, pinched any remaining players left alive, and everybody just collapsed from this gaming. Beautiful execution. It is exactly why you need both house control. You need to maintain those flanks, or else this will happen. Witness Gaming just blew that whole flank wide open and just got a huge add on their favor.
I mean, I can't believe that's something we just watched happen. I did not expect to see it play that heads up in the Newbie Cup, but here we are. Wizard going to go down. Graves going to be able to find it with the Uber coming out from Witness Gaming Jr. They're going to be able to find Wes here as well. Graves will find the cleanup on it, and that is going to be 3 players down for the side of Donk Daddies. Demo will be alive for them to push out, though.
Oh my god,
oh my Moshi!
The salvage happened. The salvage was needed against the 2 players off. Witness Gaming scatting around. This might be the round for Donk Daddies here, actually.
It might be. There is still a minute left for Witness Gaming, and maybe a little bit less, as we do have to wait for Donk Daddies to get in and find themselves in a comfortable enough position to cap. So we could see 50 seconds on the clock, just about 51 here for Witness Gaming to continue to tick off. They do have to send a foreman, a George Foreman, if you will. So they need to sacrifice some of that time, and I think they're going to be going for that now. Beam does peek out a little deep. They end up getting the Uber into them, and they will die for it. Not the most ideal foreman.
Safe.
They drop
the man
30 here. Well, it's not a drop necessarily, but it's definitely a good kill to get. Evens out the Zubers when people spawn. Everybody on Donk right now is super low as well. So this is a pretty good situation to be in if you are Witness Gaming Jr. And if I'm not mistaken, Juice is on crits here. They're looking to cap this, take this aggressive, and make sure Donk can't get back in with an Uber, even if they try.
Donk unfortunately did not play that post very well. Uber was great. They got what they came for. They got 3 kills, but they unfortunately cannot clear out the rest, and that is the man. So, what has to happen here, they need to act fast here. Donk needs to get in those choke points and it just explode all over Donk Daddies, or else they're going to make themselves some mommies right after this round.
Yeah, I mean, Donk really has to throw themselves out here with 20 seconds remaining. No time to try and go for a sack. At the very least, Juice does not yet have Uber. Oh my goodness, 2 players down. Shorty dies, 3 players down. Wizard's very weak. Edgar's very weak as well. Edgar finds the pack, taking the 1v1 with the man. Nagis is going to go down. Wes going to find the pick. The man is going to be able to take down Edgar here, taking the 1v1 with Wes. Wins the 1v1 with Wes. 2 seconds left. 1, and it is over. Witness Gaming Jr. takes the 4 rounds in the group stage of Newbie Cup 10 in a clean sweep under the supervision of the Witness himself. They're gonna provide a spectacle for us.
I saw a vision there. I saw Laz and Ash reincarnated, that double bomb through lower, securing everybody. I had flashbacks to season 6 here, Reggie. I was there. I was right back in clear cut. I saw both Ash and Laz land on top of the entire combo and just drove through the entirety of the Donk Daddies. Daddies are now the mommies here. No mommy, no Diddy as well. There's going to be no cap 4 on the Wii. That's going to be Witness Gaming Jr. in 4, actually. But, yeah, that's going to be great. That's going to be a great match there. They're going to move on to the bracket, I think, kind of placing in the upper section of the challenge bracket here.
Yeah, they'll move on to the playoffs portion, which we will cover on the 10th and 11th of this month. So next weekend, I believe.
So far.
Yeah, it's so this coming Saturday and Sunday will be the days we cover the playoffs portion of this here Newbie Cup. My 5th one, actually. I just wanna put it out there. It's my 5th one. So it's always awesome to do this stuff, but
that was such a a 5th one. It's a 5th one. Oh,
it's the 5th one, man. It really is like it's a cool achievement though. It's always fun to cover the Newbie Cups, and I'm very happy that I've been like asked to do them every single time since Newbie Cup 6. I mean, it's always been fun. I've really loved doing it. So it's awesome to see it, and I'm very interested to see how this new form of scheduling the matches goes out. But before I get too sidetracked from looking at that, I do want to take a look at the logs. Even though they might not have the greatest numbers, we should look at them anyway, just to give grapes with the KDA of 27 and 13, dropping a KAD of 3.6, a KD of 2.5, and a DPM of 403. Where the only other person closest to them is Professor Carr, who admittedly was dropping some crazy nukes. I'm surprised their DPM isn't higher than 385, but we can't discredit Moshi or Edgar as well. They both put in a lot of work. High 300 DPM. I mean, it's just a lot of effort. But
yeah,
I mean, is there anything you notice here?
I'm looking at the round timers. These are long rounds, especially the third one and the first and the fourth final one. I mean, that's the thing about watching like any COF log. Like, yeah, it was 4-0, but the rounds were close, and there's just like one or two factors that came down to it that Donk Daddies lost, mostly due to the fact of the house control. Like, again, you have to manage that flank, you have to manage that vision being spotted by all 6 players on the team. You gotta know where everybody else, you gotta count 6 players in the end, or else you have one behind you. And also, they had good Ubers, initially. They just, the post was not there. I think if anything, that's what they should probably look at for the next few games if I were them. Private Witness Gaming here, they played that pretty well here. I think mostly off the end they did take a lot less damage than Donk Daddies, both that the spam just coming out on top. But yeah, I mean, they did have juice did drop, so I'll mention that. The juice has been spilt onto the ground. Now lick that up immediately. And also the crits, up. Yeah, crits. The crits play. I was pretty kind of skeptical of the crits, but it did work out. I think that was really good. In terms of heal order, looking at the kill spread right now on the bottom of the logs page. A lot of that just like giving. I mean, the buffs were definitely there, getting it to, especially the Meggies. Maybe at best, essentially a tribute to a lot of the survivability of the rest of the teams here. Although Mr. Person only dying 11 times, 3 less than Shreddy safe. I mean, that's huge. Having your demo up in the scout, it's just alive the entire time, putting out those damage. Definitely another contributor to their win here. Yeah. Rounded out off here. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say which. I mean, both teams got a lot of opportune times to just jump on each other's medic, which just came down to just DM fights and chaos. Witness Gaming did have the better control of the chaos factor. Up the double bombs here. Donk was just able to just 50-50 it, either win the trade or not. Probably just look into that, but that's pretty much all I have in terms of analysis. Anything you want to say, Elsechi?
Well, as in terms of the logs, no, but I do want to remind everybody that Physgun Fireside Denver happening from March 24th to the 26th. I think this is the first intercontinental land since I-Series whatever number.
I-58. I-58, right?
Wasn't it I-59? Or was it I-58? I don't remember. It was one of those numbers, I think. But
it had Furyo, it had Jasmine T, and of course, Kate Full Tilt. No, yeah.
Speaking of Froyo, you'll never guess who and some other very strong and very notable teams will be at Fireside Physgun Denver. It'll be Froyo, Leica G6, Witness Gaming EU, and a Witness Gaming AU. We have Australian representation in this land here. We have teams from all over coming to Colorado, coming to Denver to fight it out and see who can take home the massive, gargantuan $2,500+ prize pool. You can get lodging with a certain link. We have a link here that'll generally help you get cheaper pricing, but the opportunity to get this closes soon. I believe it closes for the courtyard specifically. It closes tomorrow. You have until the 5th to get some of these good prices locked in. Spectator passes are available online and at the door, but if you want to guarantee you are able to enter the venue, say it reaches capacity, you should order online, because it's never really guaranteed you're going to be able to get in when you buy passes at the door. So if you want to be safe about it, buy passes online. Just have them ready when you get there. And yeah, I think that's all I've got to say for the Denver land. So, do you have any shout outs, Mario, before we head out for the night?
Yeah, I'll mention some few. Mostly at the people going to the land here. My boy Soar. Notice we got second place invite last season. Big ups to him. I remember me and Soar. I remember I used to own that guy in Pugs, and now I have a wife and 2 kids. So, is what it is. But a couple of the guys, Deadly Seed, Taz, of course, Quacks, Saigia, Dingo, and of course, Dinko Law, the goat, the one and only. Yummers, also known as Yum Yum, also known as Bad Boy 65. Jay, of course, Gungan, also just being disgusting. But yeah, I'll go to the land here. Of course, all my other homies, and I am in Maine, and all of my other peers. Shout out to God, Jesus, Rock and Roll, my girlfriend, D squared.
You got everyone.
My
to shout
cat,
out, huh?
my cat Asterix, and my other cat Amnesia. Rave AC. What else? I had like a Pokemon card when I was little of Charizard.
I gotta do my shout out. Hold on.
Shout out to me, of course, and to me. Yeah. Thank you for having me on. Actually, thank you, Dr. Underscore, for producing this stream, and thanks to me for being here. You're welcome, Mario Mans. Thank you, Mario.
Well, I don't know if I have time to get my shout outs in, so I'm just gonna send us off here. I guess we do have time. Well, shucks. I guess I don't. Shout out Oi, we're rating, and that'll be it. I believe the raid's been sent, but I think we could still go out. I guess shout out to my grandma who's watching on the big TV downstairs. And that's all I have to say. This has been the group stage of the TF2CC Newbie Cup number 10. And we will see you on the 10th and 11th for the playoff section of this Newbie Cup.
Bye-bye.